Okay, good morning every one of you in Brazil, and then good night in Russia. It's good night, right? Good afternoon in Russia, good morning in Brazil, and then the others I cannot see your face. Okay, and those of you from Brazil, you may be wondering how I am connected with the Mr. Jigmela, the representative of His Holiness the Dalai Lama in Brazil. You may be wondering, and I'll explain a little bit about it. I think it is like 25 years ago that we know each other. And when I was a student in the Institute of Buddhist Dialectics, and we were publishing a journal, annual journal, and Mr. Jigmela, he was in the Tibetan administration, and he was helping us during the evenings for helping us with the formatting and then everything digitizing. So, oh no, not from there. I think from the second monastery, Debung Losel Monastery there. Again Jigmela happened to be there. So we know each other for all these like 20-something years. Okay. Today our talk is on psychology of hygiene of the healthy emotions, and the practice of 6 perfections. So basically, we see that what we have is we have the physical body, and we have the mind. And of course, what I'm talking about is the empirical reality. I'm not talking anything about non-empirical. It's all empirical. It's all about psychology, which we can experience, which anybody can experience. So, what we can experience is something physical. 1. Number 2, what we can experience something mental. For I'm sad, I'm not happy. Okay, I'm looking at the face of Wellington Conde. I can see that he's very happy. Okay, so this is the point is that from there we can see something inside, what a person's feeling. So that is the mind that we are talking about. So here, this class today, the class 1.5 hours class is about the relationship between the physical health, mental health, and what is the psychology behind the mental hygiene or emotional hygiene. In fact, since like several years with the journey to Mars started, and then after that the post on the landing on the Mars, so many discussions were happening about whether or not there is water there in Mars, or there's a trace of water there. And one thing that really fascinated me is how come that we have so much water, but we don't care about the water. We pollute the water. The whole ocean we pollute. Whole beautiful streams, so the rivers. Once like 1,000 years, people can drink directly from the river. Now we pollute them. And then we are wondering whether or not there's the trace of water on Mars. What is this? This is a total dilemma coming in my mind. What is the psyche of this, the psychology of the people on this earth? This is the dilemma that I can see. Okay. What is happening? The sharing that I'm doing of the Mars and the people's thinking, exploring whether or not Mars has some trace of water. So this I see as the magnification, is the magnified version of the people's thinking. People's thinking at home. At home what they're doing, and on the international level, what they're doing with the Mars and we're neglecting our small Earth, and then looking for some water outside. This is exactly what I see as what is happening in the family. Each one of us have family. So I say by myself, this is happening within me also. It's happening within every individual, every family, and on the community level, on the national level, and on the international level. This is what is happening, and I'll share you how that is related to this topic. Say our body, we are so concerned about our physical health, and then they say the young boys and girls, and particularly the boys, they go for the 6 abs. Conte, 6 abs, and then of course everybody is so, there's a tremendous health conscious, spending so much of time, energy, resources on the health, and paying the whole month, say the payment for the gym and so forth. Okay, there's nothing wrong in it. They are perfectly fine, but the thing is that they say this body and this mind that I'm talking about, I'm not talking about anything which is the esoteric, anything which is not tangible, anything which is not experiential. I'm talking about what is experiential mind. Experiential mind and a body, these two are very closely connected. Okay, so what we have the mind and we have the body. The two things are there. And I remember when I was traveling with His Holiness the Dalai Lama, many years ago, to several places touring the world. So there, in America, in Rochester, when His Holiness was addressing a group of like 500 doctors and the medical experts, nurses, medical staff. Then at the end of the talk, the experts, they asked a question as to how they can gain the conviction and the trust of the patients, and saying that in the earlier times, physical body and a mind, these were treated as separate. So as a medical expert, medical doctor, you can treat the physical, that's fine. It has nothing to do with the mind. Now, the medical doctors, they acknowledge that unless the mind is healthy, the mind is not agitated, the mind is not stressed, unless the mind is healthy, the body cannot be fixed. This is what the medical doctors say. So therefore, the trust of the patients towards the doctors, this is so important for the quick healing. Trust is a mental phenomena, and quick healing is a physical phenomena. So these two are very closely connected. This is what was addressed, what was reported by the medical doctors to His Holiness, and asked His Holiness, what can we do to gain the trust of the patients? So now the good thing is that even the medical experts, they acknowledge the fact that our body and our mind, these two are very closely related. Once again, I like to remind you, when I speak about the mind, I do not mean something which we cannot experience. I'm talking about the mind inside us, which can feel the happiness, which can feel the pain. This is the mind that I'm talking about. Okay, so what I'd like to share with you here is that the body that we have and the mind that we have, these two are very closely connected, because of which the health of the body, which everybody is so keen on, they spend time running, they spend time and resources for their good health and what they eat and so forth. So meanwhile, the mind, which is not physical, which is not something which which is not tangible, oftentimes we neglect the mind. Okay, let me give you one extreme example of the relationship between the hygiene of the body and the hygiene of the mind. Let me give a very extreme example, and then you apply this to your mind, to apply this to yourself, and see how true that is. And then on that basis, see how to take care of your physical health, physical hygiene, by taking care of the emotional hygiene. Okay. Once when I was giving teaching, I met one gentleman, and for information, most of my talk, they're like, I'll never reveal the name of the person, name of the place. This is my style. Okay, some of you who have been with me for many years, you know that. There's a reason behind that. So there's one gentleman there. And then during the one-on-one meeting, or one-on-one the interview or the discussion, he said that I have a problem. I'm on antidepressants. And then he asked me how to reduce the depression. I asked him, okay. So I felt really sorry because he's young. He's young. And how can somebody in just like early 30s have depression? Then I asked him, do you know what the reason is? Then he said that it is because of his boss, the unfair, the unjust, a boss who is being very unjust, being very unfair with him. Then I said that, then in which case don't take the antidepressants. This is what I told him. And why, I'll tell later. So I said, if that is the reason that your boss is very biased, and this is how you are stressed, and then you are on antidepressants will kill you. I told him, because the cause is not just that there's the tuberculosis, or the cause is always there. The boss unfair, somebody who is being unfair towards you, very biased towards you, that person is always there, and then that person will keep creating the depression in you. You take the antidepressants has a tremendous side effect. And the cause is there. You have to keep on relying on the antidepressants, and it's going to be a severe cumulative effect of the antidepressants with the cumulative effect of the side effects of the antidepressants. It can kill you, I told him. So now look at this, the relationship. That he was going through depression because of it's a psychological, that the boss has been very biased, and the boss is not hitting him. He is not giving a physical punishment, but mentally he feels tortured. So it's a mental torture. So there's a lack of mental hygiene, emotional hygiene. So that affects the physiology, and the physiology affects his body, and then all the health issues come into being. In its natural form, this body is amazing. Our body is amazing. Each one of our body is amazing. It has the capacity to heal itself. For example, say when the temperature shoots up above 40, your body will not grow. It will not shoot up 40. It will stay within like 36. When the temperature goes down, the room temperature goes down, the body will maintain its body. This incredible thermostat. This body has a tremendous potential. And then say, most of you know that, for example, if there is a cut, the blood comes out, the blood clots to stop the blood. Whereas if the blood clot happens inside the body, it can kill us. It can become poison. So these are the wonders of the body. But blood clot can happen inside the body. And the body temperature can go up, can go down. Can we go down? It is the hypothermia. Then it can go up, hyperthermia. All these problems can happen when the when the body, say there's some agent inside. There's an agent inside which regulates the body. When that is gone, the whole body collapses. So what is that agent? That is the immune system. That immune system is determined by the emotions. Okay, so just in summary, just imagine somebody is like running or doing exercises, going to gym like 2 or 3 times every week, and eating so healthy food, and spending so much time on taking walks and workouts, so forth. But there's always the boss, very unkind, biased boss, and there's always mental stress and tension happening. Do you think that this person will be physically fit and fine? Answer is no. No matter how much good food the person eats, how much workout the person does, the body will keep on shattering, keep on declining. So we see that finally our immune system decides whether your body is healthy, not healthy, whether the body has the capacity. Even if the coronavirus gets in, but your body can fight. All these things are determined by the immune system. And the immune system is determined by the emotional states. So your question will be that in some cases, immune system, within short period of time, immune system shuts down. In some cases, immune system builds up. So what is really happening? In what way this mind is playing, or the emotions are playing to make the immune system strong or weak? So there, what I'd like to share with you is that within the emotions, generally speaking, within the emotions, within us, emotions are of 2 classes. One, which helps to build your immune system, and the other which only degenerates, which consumes your immune system. There are 2 classes. So one class, which is known as the immune system to build your the emotional states, which build your emotions, the immune system, let's call it virtues. But what I would stay away from using this word virtue for the time being. I simply want to say that within this world of emotions, there are 2 kinds. One which helps us to build emotion, the immune system, and the other which destroys our immune system. This is what I'd like to share with you. Now, what are those emotions which help us to build our immune system? What are the emotions which destroy the immune system? This is what I'd like to share with you here. So oftentimes people, when they give talks, for example, the journalists and the interviewers, they will conclude the talk, they will conclude their questions by saying that if there is one message in one word or in one sentence, tell the world what is the secret of good immune system. If this is a question, my answer is just practice compassion. Practice compassion, your immune system will be taken care of. Your body will be taken care of, your emotion will be taken care of because of this compassion, and your immune system is taken care of because of this positive emotion. And then because of this immune system, all these, like a thermostat, your body will be under total perfect control, administration by this very strong immune system. Okay, I'm sure among the participants here, there are some people who either out of natural gift of compassion, they're very happy, oh, he's going to speak on compassion. And some people, they may not be, some people anyways, rational driven. They may say that, okay, he talks about compassion. But what I would say, even if somebody who's not really keen, again, compassion, who is, okay, I take about this fine, but who will take care of me? Even if you are that group, even if you fall in this group, what I'm saying is that the first thing that you think of doing is to be very practical. Be very practical. Take care of yourself. This is so important. Be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself. This is so important. For to take care of yourself, practice compassion. Because the best way by which to take care of it is to take care of your physical hygiene and the mental hygiene. In both cases, compassion will take care of that. So, take care of yourself. This is so important. And for that matter, practice compassion. Okay, so in this discussion, till the next 1 hour, you cannot ask me a question, but I'm sure that many of you have the thoughts. Thoughts are coming in your mind. Primarily two thoughts. One is, okay, if I practice compassion, that's fine. It's nice talk. In practical terms, people abuse my compassion. When I talk to compassion, people think that I'm weak. So how to tackle these situations? This is one question. Number two is, practically speaking, how can we have compassion towards all beings? Look at the world. The world, it's very uneven and very corrupted world. How can I have compassion towards the corrupted politician, corrupted person, this person, that person, so forth? These are the two main questions that I'm sure that are arising in you when I said that. If you want your physical health, good physical hygiene, mental hygiene, you should have compassion. So these are two questions possibly coming in your mind. I can see that from your faces. I can see that. Okay, and then when I say this, for the compassion, feel free to ask me these questions during the question answer. Okay, so what I'm saying is that I am not asking you to give the benefit to the corrupted politicians. I'm saying practice compassion to take care of your health, to take care of your physical hygiene, to take care of your mental hygiene, not for the hygiene of the corrupted politician. Don't worry. If possible, have all the benefits. Make sure that your physical hygiene, mental hygiene are taken care of, and the corrupted politician become a good politician, and then the murderer become somebody who is so compassionate towards others. If possible, go for everything. But if not, at least practice compassion to make sure that your health is taken care of and your mental hygiene is taken care of. Okay, with all the serious questions, pending there, what I'd like to tell you is that how to build this emotional hygiene so that my physical hygiene is taken care of. If possible, try to do these 6 things, which we call as 6 perfections, for the next 1 week or 2 weeks, and see to the outcome. If the outcome is good, continue. This is going to be your the health instruction, physical, emotional, both, for the rest of your life. Okay, number one is generosity. Generosity.
O primeiro é a generosidade.
Number 2 is ethical discipline.
Número 2 seria a disciplina ética.
Number 3 is patience.
Terceiro é a paciência.
Number 4 is enthusiasm.
Número 4 seria o entusiasmo.
Number 5 is concentration, mental concentration.
Daí nós temos a concentração mental.
Then number 6 is intelligence.
E o último e sexto seria a inteligência.
Okay, so these are the 5 things which I'm going to explain a little bit here and there with the classifications where necessary. Try these manuals, try these recipes for the next 1 week or 2 weeks, and if it works, perfect, you got the secret of happiness. Whereas if it doesn't work, then approach the Mr. Jigmen Sringla, and then we'll see what you do. Okay, 7 years ago, when I was sitting for my personal retreat in the seclusion, I could feel some kind of suffocation inside, like a prison. I could feel like a prison, not that, oh, I'm by myself, I cannot meet anybody, not like this, but I could to feel something like the prison. Prison means that you're confined within a small space. You cannot go out. Our mind, each one of us, our mind has a tendency looking for freedom, not wanting to be confined and enclosed. This is our tendency. So the generosity makes the mind to go out. It makes the mind to go out. During my retreat, and then during the break time, I go out when I see small children and people walking. I'm so happy that, okay, today I can talk something nice to them. Today I can give something to these small children. So this, you can feel that your mind is easing out. So our mind needs to ease out. This is so important. That is first done by the generosity. And when you speak about generosity, there are 4 kinds of generosity. It's not just only material generosity. There are 4 kinds of generosities. Number 1 is material generosity. Number 2 is the generosity of love and affection. Number 3 is the generosity of protection. Then number 4, the generosity of guidance. Then with this, just practice it. This form, generosity of material resources. Just try your best. For example, the coronavirus, because of this COVID-19, there are so many people suffering from not even having a food to eat. So nowadays it's it's a digital world where so we can easily come to get the information so easily, and then see in whatever capacity, say whatever little you have, you can just share a part of it to the people. So for example, in my case, in my own capacity, I try to help the people when I come to know that they have some going through the financial problem constraints. And then even if you don't have something to offer, it doesn't matter. So at least mentally feel the joy, rejoice over others who are doing that, who are able to do that. Wow, it's so good. I'm so happy that these good people are there, who are very generous. I'm so happy. This is your generosity. This is so precious. Then the second one is the generosity of love and affection. There are many people who are going through depression, anxiety, anguish, and so forth. They are not deprived of anything. The first thing that they are deprived of is the love and affection. So when you give love and affection, say for example somebody is so desperate, having so much problem, and then you sit with the person, just listen to what the person has to say. Just listen. This listening will happen only if the person loves you. Next is the generosity of protection. So there, protection of life, say the animals, and then say going for vegetarianism. And even if you cannot be vegetarian, so just see how you can minimize the non-veg. And then even the ants, let's say you would just pay no heed, and we just they put the insecticides directly like this. There are so many ways by which we can stop harming these, because these we sense, we know that these are all the subtle psychology. We know that even the tiny insects, we are special. In what way? Because there's a law there to say that, okay, because this person, because you don't want the pain, don't create pain for others. You want happiness, so therefore let other people also enjoy the happiness. If this is the case, if this is the rationality, even the tiny insects, if the animals, they also have the same feeling that they don't want to they don't want to have the suffering, they want to have happiness. This is the same thing for even the insects and the animals. So therefore, just see how much we can give love and affection, give protection to their life by staying away from harming them, staying away from stealing their lives. Some people, they tell me that okay, Geshe-la, I cannot be vegetarian because I'm just into non-veg for all my whole life. And then they say that, okay, now now I don't buy meat from outside, but when I go to my friends, they serve me meat, I eat it. I said, this is also amazing. You have taken steps. This is amazing. And some people, they say that now I take they say like only once in a week or only twice a week. Otherwise every day I used to have it. Now I take only twice. Even that's amazing. Some say that I've stopped chicken and I take fish. At least you have taken steps. This is amazing. So we talk about gade, para sam gade, bodhi swaha. So it's not like gade, bodhi swaha. So we are taking steps. This is so precious. And some people say, no, Geshe, I cannot be vegetarian at all. But I really appreciate those who are vegetarian. Even this is amazing. So if this is how we do, then of course we should not be too extreme. Extreme meaning that, oh, you are non-veg, this is so bad, you go to hell. This is terrible. This is one extreme. So what I would say is that always, if you are vegetarian, so good, but encourage others to take steps. Not that gade buddhi swaha. And then next is the generosity of giving guidance, giving advice. So there, okay, let's say between the parents and the children, and the children that are not happy to listen to the advice of the parents. So what should the parents do? So some parents, they oversay, and the children, they are fed up with what the parents are saying. So the children are not at all ready to listen to the parents. So there, this is what is known as the skillful guidance. Skillfulness is required. This is so important. Okay, now just imagine I give you a choice that either you be in a prison, which is like 4 feet by 4 feet, small cell, or 10 feet by 10 feet, or 100 feet by 100 feet, or 100 kilometer by 100 kilometer. Which prison do you like to be in? This is my question to you. And of course you will all say that if possible, the biggest prison, the biggest way I can freely go around. This is what we'll say. What do you want? Because our mind does not like to be in a small claustrophobic place. Our mind we want to be in such a spacious place. But this is the physical prison. But the mental prison, nobody is creating a mental prison. Our mind is creating a mental prison. Our mind is making the space 4 by 4 square, 4 feet by 4 feet, very small. I, you, right? Or for example, first these are the other countries. Then these are the other religions. These are the other tribes, and these are the girls. These are the boys. Girls will say that the what is that? Feminism. The boys will say that the male chauvinism, right? And then finally say that me and my family. Within my family, I. So we see that this is what our mind is doing. Our mind is creating a very small space. We are imprising ourselves. Our mind doesn't really go out. What imprisons us is the self-centered attitude. Say for example, suddenly somebody kidnaps you and put in a 4 feet by 4 feet cell. You said no human rights, no human rights to that person. Then we will send a letter to the government, to the court, to the UNO. But then with the mentally, your mind is actually self-centered attitude doing that. It is putting you in 4 feet by 4 feet cell, small cell, making everybody as uneasy for you to communicate with. There's a barrier created, and you are not complaining, self-centered attitude, human rights, no complaining. Now we have to revolutionize our thinking. See how we can say no to the self-centered attitude, because you are the one. Self-centered attitude is the one which is making me put in a 4 feet by 4 feet this cell that I cannot really go freely. I don't get the space for my mind to go. So self-centered attitude is creating this barrier. We have to now, today, all the people here, let us revolutionize our thinking. Revolutionize thinking and say that from today onwards, I will not make any external people to imprison me in 4 square by 4 square, the 4 feet by 4 feet cell, nor I will allow the self-centered attitude to put me in the 4 feet by 4 feet square cell. I will say no to the self-centered attitude. This is the commitment. If you make from today, to what extent you will succeed. If this commitment, very strong commitment, you will succeed immediately. Eventually, it will take time. But this must, if you really want to be free, if you really want to feel the ease, this is the first step that we have to take. So generally speaking, now from this, what we get the emotions which are harmful, the unhealthy emotions which are responsible for destroying your immune system, and the wholesome emotions which are helpful in restoring your emotions. How to distinguish this is now easy. All those emotions grounded on self-centered attitude, they will only destroy your immune system. All the emotions which are grounded on other cherishing mind, they will restore your immune system. Okay, so let's say the emotions which are rooted to self-grasping, ignorant, self-centered attitude. Like what emotions which destroy the immunity or immune system? Let's say that, now coronavirus is spreading in Brazil. Now coronavirus is spreading in Brazil. Oh, now lockdown. With the lockdown, now we will not get food. Then you just keep going to the shops and buy everything, just forgetting all other people. Just buy everything, even all the masks, all the medical masks. You buy. The medical doctors, they don't get. Then they look at. Then this is what we can see nowadays with the coronavirus. Otherwise, the small children, you give a chocolate to a small child, age 3, 4. You give a chocolate, the child will be very happy, take it. And then another child comes, you ask him, share the chocolate with that, the child will do like this. What is this? This is again self-centered attitude. And then the good emotions, the healthy emotions. For example, like during the coronavirus, the people who are infected with the coronavirus, positive, they were hospitalized, and when the ventilator machines, when they're running out, then everyone is getting this. So there was one the Christian priest, and he was on the ventilator. There was a younger one who was not getting a ventilator. What he did was that he requested the doctors, please give my ventilator to this younger one, because the younger one has to live longer. Then the Christian father, he passed away. This is amazing. Just look at these stories, goosebumps will come on your body. These are the display of the kindness. Incredible, amazing. It's a Christian father. The reason why I'm sharing all these things, now I will wind up very quickly. The reason why I'm sharing all these things is that finally for the good physical health, physical hygiene, good physical hygiene, we need to have the good physical hygiene, we need to have emotional hygiene. And for the emotional hygiene, the good emotions, positive emotions, grounded emotions freed from self-centered attitude. These must be enriched, and then the emotions grounded on self-centered attitude must be undermined. Okay, now these emotions, the good emotions which help us to have a good physical health, we should enrich them, and the bad emotions should be stopped. But before we do that, first check what is your tendency. Our tendency is that we are so expert in the negative emotions. so good at negative emotions, and with the good emotions, I'll do tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. This is our good emotions. Our good emotions are so weak, and the negative emotions are so effective. This is reality. Okay, but don't worry, the good thing is that everything is dependently originated. Because everything is dependently originated, we can change them. We can change our habit of chasing, our habit of being so effective in the negative thoughts, negative emotions. We can change it and make it less effective. And the less effective virtuous thoughts or positive emotions, we can make it very intense. This is what we can do. Okay, let's say, just see what I'm doing. You said I'm holding a flower. So if you don't like a red flower, why not he's holding a pink flower? Right? Never mind. Even this red flower is also dependently originated. It depends on all these petals. All these petals, remove one petal, put a pink petal. And remove another petal, put a pink petal. Eventually become a pink flower. So likewise, we can, our thought, which is so effectively going after the negative emotions to destroy our immune system, and being so lazy with the positive emotions, therefore not increasing our immune system, even that can be changed. How? This is what we have to do. The next five, the remaining five are perfections. I'm sure Brazil has the full-fledged trains, the big trains. Valentin Conte, yes. Big trains are there.
Well, we're not really big in trains, but we do have railroads.
Railroads, which means you have trains, right?
Yeah, we do have.
Good.
Not like India though.
Okay, so let's say the Indian trains. Indian trains, it is moving so fast. It's moving so fast, like in India is like 130 kilometers per hour, but it's so heavy. That it's moving so fast. So and then they say this train is passing by this. There's a dead end there. There's a cliff. Say the bridge is broken. Bridge is damaged, and the train is moving so fast. So if you don't put a brake ahead, what will happen? If you don't put a brake, it will fall off. So therefore now we know that this train is like our mind, and moving so fast towards the dead end. It is like our mind going after the negative emotions towards the destruction of our immune system. This moving towards that. So what happened? Then today you realize, okay, now I must stop that train. I must stop the train of the negative destructive emotions. And the train is so heavy, so it will make the sound, right? When you put the brake, it makes sound. What strong sound will it make, Valentin?
What kind of sound?
It will make, if you put a very strong brake, because it's very heavy, what kind of sound it will make?
You make a very high-pitched sound.
No, say it. Like what?
Something like, I don't know.
Like this.
That's it. Okay.
Yes.
You got it.
Okay, so therefore, this is what happens. So therefore, why this sound is being made? Why this sound is made? Because there's a friction. So when you try to stop the negative emotions, which are going so fast, so there's a friction happening. Friction, uneasiness will come to you. The friction will happen. So for that, because of this friction, you can become, you may lose your temper. So you have to practice patience. Number 2. So let's say the train is moving like this, and there's a dead end here. This is wrong direction. The train is moving here, moving like this. This dead end is wrong direction. Actually, the train should go the other way to the picnic spot. But our train is moving towards the dead end. Dead end. Because this is what is happening. First, we have to stop going towards the dead end. So the stopping to do the negative emotions. That is discipline. Number 2. When you stop it, then there's going to be friction. The friction is there. So to stop because of the friction can create problems. So to solve the friction, we need to have patience. Okay, it's not good, there's a friction happening. Yes, it is happening. Patience. Number 3 is patience. Then with the brake put on friction, they put the patience, then the train stops. Once the train stops, this is not the goal. What is your goal? The goal is to go to the opposite direction. That is the wholesome emotions. Wholesome emotions to build your physical health. So that is to go towards the opposite direction. Going to the opposite direction, how will you go? You want to go fast or you want to go slow? Because it's picnic spot. Picnic spot, you want to go as fast. So for that we need enthusiasm. So with these 4, the first, generosity, to make your mind flow, and be connected with the other people, so that you can break the barrier to make your space bigger. Number 1, with the generosity. In the process, when you do that, there are many negative thoughts which are so moving in full swing that you have to stop. That is the discipline. And then when you do that, then it will make the sound friction. To stop the friction, then we have the patience. Then once the train is stopped going towards the dead end, then you have to change the direction towards the picnic spot. So that is enthusiasm. Okay, so there now your train has become so good. Your train has become so good. It's like your mind has become so fertile. A land has become so fertile. You can plant anything now. What do you like to do in its most refined form? I need to have the maximum happiness, the maximum physical good health, maximum emotional good health. How? For that, we need to have the light to dispel the darkness of ignorance, the darkness of anger, darkness of all the negative emotions in its most refined form. For that, we need to have the light of the wisdom. And this light of the wisdom this light should have 2 qualities. 1, that it should be very bright, so that I can read all these small letters. I can see all the small letters. Number 2, that this light should not be flickery. It should be very steady. For the steadiness of light, we need the mental concentration. For the brightness of light, we need the wisdom. Okay, so now in summary, what I'd like to share with you here is that what destroys our our health, good health, is destroyed by the bad immune system. And bad immune system is because of the ill, unhygienic emotions. What are the unhygienic emotions? In summary, I can say 2 things. One is the ego, and the other one is self-centered attitude. So these 2 things can easily give rise to anger, ego, and the self-centered attitude. This will easily give rise to anger, and the anger will first destroy your peace of mind and will destroy your immune system. Thus will destroy your health, physical hygiene. Okay, so with these 2 things, then the anger arises. Say, any time when anger arises within us, all of us, we have experienced anger, including myself. When anger arises, always keep in mind that this anger is a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of strength. Some people, they think that when they're angry, and they feel that, oh, I get energy. I get energy so that I can fight with them. No, this is a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of strength. Just imagine a dog. If you chase a dog with a stick, what will the dog do? First, the dog will run away. And finally, if the dog is trapped in a corner of the house, the dog does not have a space to run away now. What will the dog do? The dog will attack you. So dog attacking you is not because the dog feels there's the strength, because the dog feels a vulnerability. Now I don't have any place to go. So the dog attacks you. So anger is like the dog attacking you. This is a sign of vulnerability. It's not the sign of strength. Okay. So and then the wisdom, the last one, the light. This wisdom, the wisdom of understanding the interdependency of oneself and others. This wisdom. With this wisdom, that my happiness depends on you. So therefore, I should cherish you instead of showing anger. So this wisdom will then help us to build this other cherished mind, compassion. This compassion will increase your immune system. And this immune system guarantees that you have a good physical health. Okay, so I like to conclude my talk by saying that when you're the best, most ideal way to keep your immune system the strongest is by following the Bodhisattva path. And the Bodhisattva path is marked by compassion. And the compassion, extremely professional compassion, marked by 4 qualities.
Então eu queria concluir a minha fala dizendo para vocês que se a gente quiser alcançar, para a gente alcançar esses estados, a gente deve então seguir, trilhar o caminho do Bodhisattva. E o caminho do Bodhisattva é marcado por essa compaixão que tem 4 qualidades.
So number 1 is skillfulness. Number 2 is no expectation in return. Number 3 is courage. Number 4 is wisdom. These 4 things must be the hallmark of the Bodhisattva's compassion. Number 1 is skillfulness. Number 1 is skillfulness. Number 2 is no expectation in return. I do good thing, I expect something, in return. No expectation in return. Number 3, courage. Courage to do big things. And finally, the wisdom. Okay, so with these, we speak about aerobic exercise for the heart. Aerobic exercise for the heart, don't worry. Do these for the Bodhisattva practice, heart is taken care of. Your heart is the youngest heart. Right? And then and then your mind, when you reach age 60, 70, 80, dementia problem is there. Don't worry, the Bodhisattvas, they will keep the mind so active all the time. No dementia problem. So the wisest people who knows how to take care of, wisest person who knows how to take care of oneself, one's physical hygiene, one's emotional hygiene, are the Bodhisattvas. Why not we become Bodhisattvas ourselves? And today we have the captain of the Bodhisattvas. His Holiness the Dalai Lama is there. Just follow him. Become a Bodhisattva yourself. Take care of your health. Take care of your mind, emotional world. Take care of your physical health. And you become the happiest person. Spread the message of happiness to everybody. So when I say follow His Holiness the Dalai Lama, doesn't mean that you should become a Buddhist. Don't become a Buddhist. Enjoy pizza. Don't become Italian. Okay, enjoy your pizza. Be happy. Spread the happiness. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Genjime Siringla, representative of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Thank you, Wellington Conte, for your very the professional translation. Thank you so much. Thank you, each and every one of you, the participants. Thank you so much.
Geshe.
Obrigada. Obrigada, Valentim.
De nada, Joana. Geshe. Can I ask you a question? There's one question at the chat.
Yes.
So let me see. Paula is asking you, what do you mean by skillful means? So I provided them with the official translation into Portuguese, which is quite unfamiliar for most people. So the Portuguese translation for skillful means is not very common. It's not something very common. So could you provide an explanation on skillful means?
Okay, this is who is that?
It's Paula.
Paula, where is Paula? Okay, she's not.
Okay.
Yes, over.
Paula,
I'm here. I'm sorry. Now that you just said again the word, I think for skillful means I know what it is. I just didn't understand it correctly when Geshe talked. And then thank you very much. I think we don't need to lose the time. Otherwise, other one has the same question. But I already understood. Thank you very much.
okay, thank you. In fact,
This is the essence of the Bodhisattva path, skillfulness. I said the first one. Yes, you just picked up the right one. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much for all your thoughts.
Thank you.
Marcus is asking, how can we practice compassion and generosity towards a person who has committed violence against our family?
Okay.
This is a very serious question. And it needs the answer required is systematically smooth. It should not be like a jerk. Okay, so let's say that, just imagine, this is what happened. I will share a story. It's not just a story, it is a real anecdote. In the olden times, it must be happening in Brazil also. In many places, like 1,000 years ago. In some places, like 500 years ago. So what happened was that in the olden times, the animal grazing, this is a very important livelihood for the people. For the animal grazing, we need land, pastures. So this community, their community, there are many common lands in those days. Common lands. Then they say they graze the animals in this area. They also graze the animals in this area, and then they fight over the grassland. And the two yes. Okay. So what happened is that because of this, then the fights happen. The two tribes, and one tribe kills one member from tribe B. Next time, the tribe B kills a member from tribe A. So this happens like this. Within 10 years, 10 people from here, 10 people from here, gone. So why 10 people here, 10 people here gone? Because they believe in anger. Anger as the means. So whereas a wise person, if this trend follows, within 50 years, 500 people will be gone from both sides. Easily gone. Within 50 years. So now a wise person comes. Okay, now I say I'm tribe A. From my tribe A, so tribe B killed one from. Now it is our turn to kill the other side. So now say I am more thoughtful. I see this consequence. The last 20, 30, 40 years, so many people from your side died. So many people from other side died. And our people means that we are a group. With a group means I cannot survive myself, I can survive in group. Why not we make the other side also part of a group? So the group is bigger and we can help each other even more strong, to make it more strong. For example, today, say generally speaking, the countries with the same facilities and the education level and so forth, where the population is bigger, they are actually stronger, generally speaking. With the same education level, with the same resources, everything same, where the population is bigger, it becomes a stronger country. So like this, we can make the two sides come together with the brilliance, with the intelligence, the wisdom, and then make it very strong. For example, say the Arizona. No, what is it? Arizona? Fire, forest fire. Amazon Amazon forest fire. So there were like 14 tribes. They were all fighting amongst each other before the Amazon fire. With the Amazon fire, they realized, they got the wisdom. They realized that we are the victims of the same enemy. So they all became united, and they gained the force. With the one tribe, they cannot fight against the government. With the 14, they can fight more strongly. So this was what happened. So likewise, so this is what I'm saying. So there, say if you are the one who is from the group A, tribe A, and now it is your turn, you are the head of the tribe A, and now it is your turn to kill somebody from tribe B. Instead of that, you have a different way of looking at it, looking at the reality of interdependency. So you say that, okay, fine, now actually it is our turn to kill your member. Now we'll not do that. When you say, I'll not do that, now group B, you come for a dialogue with us. They will happily come to you, because they know that now they're actually expecting somebody to die from their side. So now, because that you are not ready to kill anybody, they're happily joining you. Then you talk and you'll become the best of the friends. What do you want? Choice. You want the other group to be the best of your friends, where you have problem, they'll come to help, or you want to let your people, 500 another people to die the next 5-10 years. Just choose. Sensible people will choose the first, not the second one. So therefore, it is about, it is not about, the understanding of interdependency. This will give rise to compassion. And compassion will make sure that you have the benefit, you get the maximum benefit, and you will not suffer. Your people will not suffer. Whereas with the anger, your people will suffer, you will suffer, and in fact, the discussion can even be longer. Your enemies will be very happy. This anger can make your enemies very happy. Okay, Valentin Conte, more questions? Or you want to stop here?
For now, we're good for today. I'd like to thank you very much, Geshe. You have always extremely inspiring, extremely, your skillful means are no doubtly Bodhisattva ones. Thank you for your amazing skillful means in teaching the Dharma. Então, até a próxima. Tchauzinho para vocês. Boa quarta-feira.
That's okay.